Hey guys, thanks for joining me. I'm Alisa. Are you ready to learn a quick dinner? We'll be making saucy sautéed shrimp over lemon quinoa. Here we go. But first things first, pour yourself a glass of wine. Have you ever tried sautéing something? Here's a quick and easy step-by-step process of sautéing fresh shrimp with that protein-filled quinoa. This meal is perfect for whipping up in about 20 minutes on any weeknight. What exactly is sautéing? It's quick cooking over medium heat, stirring frequently until the food is cooked. It's usually used to prepare vegetables, and today we'll be sautéing garlic, shallots, and sun-dried tomatoes. To sauté, there will be lots of stirring, with frequent movements of about 30 seconds. You'll want to use a larger skillet that's wide and shallow, so that you don't spill food out and to allow the moisture to evaporate. Make sure to use medium heat. Add a thin layer of oil, and lastly, add the food so that it sizzles on contact. Let's clarify a few things. People get sautéing and stir-fried confused. Stir-frying is different. It's over very high heat and it cooks in minutes. Sautéing is a dry heat cooking method, which means it cooks by direct heat with little or no liquids. Here's a pro tip for you. When you cook, remove the moisture from the ingredients. You can do this through spinning it or pat drying it. You'll notice that I do this with ingredients that require rinsing. So what's the buzz on shrimp and quinoa? Shrimp is an antioxidant. It contains high amounts of protein, selenium, B12, phosphorus, and a number of other great nutrients. Quinoa, which is known as the mother grain, though technically it's not even a grain, but rather a seed, is a complete protein. It's high in iron, magnesium, and fiber. There are over 1,800 different varieties of quinoa. Whenever you cook with quinoa, make sure you start by rinsing it. I've done my share of not rinsing it. Trust me, it doesn't taste very good. When you rinse the quinoa, rinse thoroughly under running water. This is done because quinoa has a natural coating called saponin. This coating can make the cooked grain taste bitter or soapy. The next step, in a 2-quart or large saucepan, is to heat a drizzle of olive oil over medium heat. Add the drained quinoa and cook, stirring for about a minute. Then you'll add 1.5 cups of water, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, squeeze half a lemon, and a 1/4 cup of white wine. You'll want to bring that to a boil and then cover it and lower the heat. Simmer it covered for about 15 minutes. You can set a timer so that you don't forget, but make sure that you set it aside, and when it's cooking, you'll want to move on to the next part of the meal. Next, you'll want to mince your garlic. Garlic is filled with antioxidants that protect against cell damage, among other things. An easy way to do this is by smushing the clove with your knife, making sure to have the blade facing away from you. By smushing the clove, the outer skin will easily fall off. Then proceed to chopping it into small pieces known as mincing. The next step is to mince your shallots. Shallots are rich in flavanols and polyphenol compounds. To do this, you'll follow the same directions and using your knife carefully to chop it into small pieces. Finally, chop the sun-dried tomatoes. These are high in protein, fiber, and potassium, which is helpful with nerve contraction. To begin sautéing, melt 1 tablespoon of butter over low heat in a deep, heavy skillet. Add the garlic, shallot, and sun-dried tomatoes. Cook over low heat, stirring frequently, until the garlic and tomatoes are soft and fragrant. Definitely keep in mind to not let the garlic burn or get crispy. Let it cook slowly in the butter instead. Adjust the heat to medium, add the remaining 2/3 cup of white wine and an additional tablespoon of butter. Whisk constantly and bring the mixture to a simmer. Cook it until it's slightly reduced and shiny. Then turn the heat to its lowest setting and keep the sauce warm while you cook the shrimp. Assuming you are using shrimp that you purchased raw on the shell, you have the choice to remove it yourself. If you're buying pre-cooked or shelled shrimp, you can skip this step. To prepare the shrimp, we will first remove the outer shell by breaking off the tail and removing the legs. Some people enjoy the shrimp with its tail. It's your preference. For cleaning purposes, it helps if you have a bowl to discard the skeleton that you're removing. There is a naturally occurring vein in raw shrimp that people generally prefer to remove. To do so, just find the side the vein is closest to and make a shallow cut with your knife. You should be able to pull it out pretty easily at that point. Wash the shrimp under running water to rinse off any remaining shells. Then, pat it dry to remove excess water. Season the shrimp with salt and pepper. In a separate large skillet or wok, heat the remaining tablespoon of butter over high heat. Add the shrimp and sear it quickly until it's cooked. This should take about 1 to 2 minutes. Check both sides of the shrimp. You'll know they are ready because both sides will appear to be a solid pink and white color. Rinse and pat dry the parsley to combine with the sauce. Finely chop the parsley. Combine the shrimp and the sauce, being careful to avoid spills. Add the freshly chopped parsley, which has many vital vitamins, including vitamin C, B12, K, and A. These will all keep your immune system going strong. Combine and stir everything. Serve immediately, topping the lemon quinoa with shrimp and its sauce. And voila! You're probably hungry by now. Great job. It's time to enjoy.